The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and The Tech Insider, David White.
And welcome to another excellent edition of the Power Trading Hour, which almost seems a little bit like Groundhog Day. We'll get into that in a second. It is the 4th of September. And what do we have? Just another day, another push with a very light volume. We are at 16.53 on the S&P cash, up a little more than 13 points. Just about 2 billion shares. At the same time yesterday, we had, I think, 2.7 billion shares, ending up with 4.2 billion shares. I suspect that we're going to get about 3.1 billion shares, which is back into that summer trading. I thought maybe we had seen all of the fund buying, but it looked to me like this morning we had maybe a little of that fund buying come in the morning and run this market. We also had some news, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But we always enjoy meeting you here every day between 2 and 3 Eastern Time on the Power Trading Hour at the headquarters of Technical Trading and Investing. That is at TFNN.com. I said it was Groundhog Day, and it certainly feels like it again. Once again, the SIP system is out on the NASDAQ, and much like Bill Murray, just starting to try to see what's going on out here in this marketplace that would allow such a lame execution of billions and billions of dollars. My question is, and I guess the speculation will be, is there anybody out here that, oh, we had a spot announcement there. Is there anybody out there that would actually, maliciously try to shut down the NASDAQ? And that it's happened in the last 2 weeks. Kind of interesting. So maybe it's that Syrian electronic army that everybody keeps talking about, but it seems to me like the NASDAQ is showing some signs of where, certainly in the market. Other things going on out here. We are seeing a nice pop today in Apple. Of course, a lot of this is and reads directly as I actually did something here. Hang on just a second, because I did turn it on. Maybe it went off for some unknown reason. I may not have it correct here. That's right. This is a new system. Application, timed application, and that's it. Yes, it's just blank. There we should go. So we have a timed application. We should have the charts up now. But again, remember, this is my brand new system, and hopefully we can confirm with the IM back there that we do have something. There we go. I had to actually change it. Probably change the settings a little bit more too, but we'll get that done during the break. But I retired Mr. Catbert yesterday. He is sitting in the off position next to me, and Mr. Ratbert, the new PC for the next couple of years, is sitting here immensely quiet, and I like that. The vacuum cleaner is set off to the side. And anyway, we're looking at Apple out here, and of course, it's a nice little gap up, but not a lot of volume on this. They're out there banging the drum one more time about just how much business in China there is. Anybody that read my edition of the Tech Insider on Friday would see how silly those arguments are. On the side of huge growing companies, Apple is not one of them in China right now. So we will see. But they keep trotting this out and banging that drum and upgrading it and talking everybody into it. But I think Apple's probably, with this market, going to pull back, and I think that's probably about 465. I'm not going to be shorting Apple. I just suspect that we've got a lot of overhead resistance, and every time we pop up on these days, it is for some kind of bogus news reason that doesn't involve them actually selling more. It's all about the prospect of them selling more, or some analysts saying that they'll sell some more, not them actually selling any more. And I think that they've waited far too long to get into the China market. The second part of that is they're not going to give all their code to China, which is something that they will actually say that they have to have. So the NSA, proud sponsors of this show, by the way, the only government agency that actually listens to us. Just thought I'd bring that up. Anyway, the problem with China is that they want to make sure that they've got all the code so that people can't break in inadvertently. And, of course, since Android is an open system, exactly what the people are looking for in China, at least the government, to cut down on inadvertent spying, they say. But anyway, China, nice bounce up, but no volume to really speak of. You know, I wanted to see maybe 20 million shares are back in that lane to get back there. It's been banging around just under 4.99 or around 4.99 most of the day. What else do we have out here? Dollar General had a nice move out here. And kind of interesting that this one is being fought on. Trying to figure out what's actually going on here. I've got to make one more adjustment here so I can actually use my charts. But anyway, it'll pop away here in just a second. But we'll get it ironed out here in the first break. Anyway, Dollar General, and that is, just a nice spike. It is up here at these highs. Certainly has the kind of volume that we are looking for. But we'll have to see. Let's see. Is it time minimal? Still application, still window, still application. And what else do we have here? It'll give me just a second. Timed application, time window. Maybe that's it. I can't remember what it is. Maybe this will work better. We'll give it a old college try anyway. So we've got, nope, that's not going to work. It's always going to pop up the other window. Maybe I can just do this, which is turn this off, turn this on, and hit that. Yeah, maybe that's it. I bet that will work for a while. So anyway, as we go through what else is going on here, Dollar General did break out of all these highs. It's got plenty of volume. What it doesn't have is this big movement out here that everybody keeps, 55.17 was the high on 2.2 million shares, May 28th. What you want to do is make sure that closes well above that. Nice little pop out here today, but a lot of these stocks just keep coming back. You wouldn't want to see this back in the $55.17 range within the next day or so. But that would be the pattern out here, that breakouts, lots of volume, and right back into the trading range as many of these stocks have been doing. So what else do we have out here? Car sales. General Motors spokesman saying that we're going to be looking at probably 16 million new cars every year from now on. They're looking at this as a floor. I would be probably a little reticent to be that optimistic on U.S. car sales. The only reason is that a lot of the sales over the last 6 months have been brought on by the advent of loans, again, subprime loans, high interest loans that were not available that much, even last fall. So in the last year, we've had these interest or loans that came out, probably a little questionable, not as bad as it was in 2007, but again, we continue to see the pushing on the economy by making loans that are probably at least questionable at that level. Nice bounce out here. Volume has picked up over the last almost probably 10 trading days. There was a nice down day out here, but again, it's very tough to see how General Motors is really going to get much higher than this $36, $37 range with all the shares that the government has yet to sell out here. Why we don't have a chart, I found it very interesting that S&P is claiming that the government is coming after them because they lowered the bond rating in the United States. And the question is, can you have anybody like the S&P actually rate a government in the country of origin? And I would say the answer is probably not. It looks like the S&P does have a case that the current administration or regime is coming after them. I read some of the details of the lawsuit, and it is highly questionable. Basically, they're mad at them for not going back and being tough enough in the lead up to the 2008 debacle. And now that they are, they don't like it because, of course, it raises the cost of lending. So the question is, can you have a government like that be independent? Can you have them do anything like, run healthcare without them doing the same thing that IRS did? That is, attack their foes or use it as a weapon. One of the reasons why healthcare is probably a bad idea, at least in my opinion, to be run by the government, because they will tend to use it and probably do a bad job anyway. I digress. We see some other stocks moving today. On the downside is Microsoft, MSFT. When we look at that, down again. Of course, yesterday came down on big volume. Volume's still pretty good today. Going to be probably come in just a little bit less. But we really had that huge gap down on earnings, and we're banging against that. It's $31.02. Kind of split through it with 33 million shares on the 15th. The July 19th one is when it came down with 240 million shares. So 33 million shares on August 15th, 91 million shares, what was that, yesterday? Go back here and look at it. Anyway, we'll be back in just a minute, and then we'll talk more about Microsoft.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN has just announced our first ever virtual trading competition, and we're giving away $10,000 in cash prizes, and it's free to enter. Sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon Eastern, and the trading competition will take place the following week, Monday, September 9th, with first place winning $3,000. Don't delay, as you won't be able to register once the competition begins. Sign up now and reserve your spot in TFNN's $10,000 virtual trading competition. To sign up and for all the details, log on to TFNN.com. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And as we're taking a look at here, we will be watching about doing some stuff. Okay. Well, I'm looking at Microsoft out here. We were talking about it just when we left. We've got this 3102 level with the high volume. And I suspect what we're doing is building up energy in Microsoft to come and attack these gaps. There's one at 30 and the one at 29. And I think we're going to at least probably get that 30 and probably the 29 set up. And if we can get that done, this thing may have based out and took off with some decent volume. We've had some heavy volume days down. But I think probably going to take a little while to chew through this 31 level and then lower. But Microsoft actually looking fairly good fundamentally as soon as they start shipping their Xbox. And that's probably going to make it pretty hard to sell off Microsoft. And that's what is tough out here. But, can it get back in there? I think a lot of the unknown is we still don't know who the new CEO is, and of course, this horrible debacle of buying Nokia. and throwing another $7 or $8 billion away. Steve Ballmer just couldn't leave well enough alone on his way out the door, I guess. So anyway, I think that 30 area is certainly probably 80% chance, probably 75% chance we get into the 29 area on that. And if you were thinking about buying in Microsoft, that may be where it's set up. We keep trying to make a bottom on Intel, and every time we get down to this level, a bunch of dubious, how can I say that? Dubious, INTC, upgrades are trotted out on Intel. And I don't think there was a whole lot into the one today. And, of course, certainly didn't get any kind of a lot of volume in it either way. We've got the previous low at August 16th at 21.89. Kind of got into that on the, what is that? There we go. On the 30th. And, the volume, 33 million shares, suggests that we're going to get that August 16th candle tested yet one more time. The volume did not shrink back at these lows. And I think we're just going to get a kind of a nice little trading range between probably $23 and $21.50. But I think we need one more test back into that $21.50 before these semiconductors really get launched. Of course, after the bell last night, a little bit of this bounce is because the Semiconductor Manufacturer Association came by and said that they had a 5% overall increase in semiconductor sales last year. But I think that they probably didn't say that the overall margins had shrunk, which is really the problem in most of these semiconductor spaces. Yes, everybody's selling a lot more tablets, but for the most part, a lot of those are very big contracts, and the margins are pretty much beat up on them if it doesn't have to do with something like Qualcomm, where you only have one or two vendors on it. So we'll continue to take a look at it. With a couple of minutes left to go, there was one other stock I wanted to look at, ASTX. I don't like playing biotechs. This one's probably a good example. Certainly you wouldn't want to bet short this. But it looks like they're going to be bought out by a Japanese company that is not on the U.S. stock exchange. It is Aztec Pharmaceuticals, ASTX. And if you want a big mover on big volume, this thing basically did have kind of a little sign. And I guess the rumors, which I think this is still a rumor, no one's confirmed it in Japan as of Showtime. But on 8/28, bounced up with 14.4 million shares. And I think that's when the rumor kind of started. Looks like it's gotten into full gear today, and this thing hit a high of $9.39. Let's check out and see what these guys do real quick. Engages in the discovery and development of small molecule therapeutics with a focus on oncology and hematology. So pretty much cancer drugs, I guess, if it's oncology. So we got a phone call. We're going to be right back in a minute with Steve from Nashua, New Hampshire.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can't use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
TFNN is having an open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks, and the best part is that everyone is invited and you just have to be a member at TFNN. The open house in the Tiger's Den has already begun and will last through our week-long virtual trading competition, which ends September 13th. Use this time to exchange trading ideas with other traders in the virtual chat room and discuss trading strategy while gaining high-definition access to all TFNN hosts' charts and screens during their live daily programs. If you're not already a member at TFNN, then the easiest way to become a member is by simply signing up for our $10,000 virtual trading competition, and the rest takes care of itself. In order to register for TFNN's virtual trading competition, you have to sign up by Thursday, September 5th at noon, and that's right around the corner. So don't wait and sign up now. For all the information and to fill out your entry, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN's open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks only, ending September 13th. Sign up today. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're coming back with Steve from Nashua, New Hampshire. How are you doing today, Steve?
Hey, David, how are you?
Fantastic. Just another day in paradise.
Great, yeah, good. Nice up here.
Yep. So what are we doing out here with a Yoku?
I don't own it. Just started looking at it actually today. I'm happy to be looking at a year-to-date weekly, but I guess a 6-month would show it.
Yep.
It looks like from, let me go down just a smidge here. Looks like from, early July, where it bottomed at 18, or had a bottom at 18. On a weekly, it's had steadily increasing volume big time, actually, up until the 1st of August.
Yep.
On a weekly. Like it's starting, like that was an A to B, and it's just been doing the B to C here sideways or something. That's what my guess is. I'd like to get your take.
I dislike it right now because of the high volume down day on the 9th of August. This thing came down with about 12 million shares, and that's going to be tough to come around. We've beat up into it the first time with 2.6 million shares, kind of 1.3 million shares on the 29th. We've got 600 some odd thousand. This thing's just coming back up to the gap with no volume. I would say that you'd probably like to see this thing get back down to 21 with very light volume and maybe finish this thing out. Youku operates an internet television company in the People's Republic of China, otherwise known as the Chicoms.
Okay.
And its internet television platform enables consumers to search, view, and share video content across various devices. So pretty much the whole web streaming thing. Do you know much about this company?
I do not. Not really, just that it's China. And I saw some blurb also that, what's his name, on the Nigerian brothers, they're Option Monster guys. They mentioned there's heavy calls volume or something to that
Something?
effect. Not that I pay attention to that, but it just got me to look at it.
It's not a bad thing to watch on, so maybe there is some news coming out on it. Let me look at the options just real quick here and see if there's anything. We're looking for volume today. Well, certainly, boy, he's not kidding. What did they say it today?
I didn't read it. It was just like a 5-word thing I saw.
Oh, okay.
Heavy call buying, I think it was.
Yeah. On the 19s is 2,000 out of 3,500 in the open interest. So yeah, it's that's pretty strong out here. So someone thinks that either they're buying protection down to 19, or they think they're going to get something good. But I mean, I don't know. They're trading down in the mid-4s out here. So mid-4s to that, I mean, maybe someone's just, I don't know what kind of position they could be taking. Let me see if they're buying anything on the opposite side. There's some decent volume out here, but not near as much on the 25s. Let's look at the puts and see if someone's buying something on the equal side. Not a lot. So they're right. Someone's very bullish out here, buying 25s and buying 19s. There's probably something going on. Not a bad thing to watch, but just looking at the chart, I'd still say that you'd want at least to test a 21 out here on lighter volume, and that candle goes down to 22. And it's the low a day on that? Exactly at $22 on the 9th of August out here. I think you'd want it to get back in there and have the volume come in at maybe 1 million shares or something. I would. I don't know. Someone buying 2,000. When you look at the rest of the volume, looks. That's pretty heavy buy in there. So maybe someone does know something, and normally probably not a retail trader, so maybe someone does know something in between, but I'd hate to be betting on it.
Two things I noticed. Most recent volume the last 4 or 5 days seems to be less and less, but more so middle of or beginning of August, peak there at 26.50, whatever it is, seemed to overtake the late January volume-wise. I don't know if that matters. Does that factor into this?
Oh, yeah. You did have about, 600,000 more shares from the January 28th high out here. And you've got what you really want in this, which is the March 12th of 2012 high at 32.75. High volume high that has not been tested. Now, what that did is actually was banging across a bigger gap when that gap actually started at that highs. Where's that at there? 36. Came down with 5.4, so that gap isn't all that much. That was on 8/4 of 2011. So you've got that gap, which is probably going to act more like congestion, but not so bad. Let me go back here. To me, that $32 level would be open. But I would much rather see this thing move up, break the high 25s and the low 26s with some volume and pull back to 26 and then buy it there than bet on the speculation that someone knows something about this stock because of the options. Although I'm going to have to tell you, there's probably something going on. It's just I just don't know how you bet on this. Bet on a rumor like that for 19s. And if they're buying it in 19s, and paying $450 for these things, Maybe they're up. I'd have to go back and look through the tape, see if they were much better earlier. But you got to claw through a couple of bucks out here and get some volume. And I don't know, coin flip. That's probably the problem. Is it's a coin flip.
I don't know,
so,
on a technical analysis basis, too.
What's that?
Sorry, there. I say on a technical analysis basis, the MACD, the MACD.
Yeah.
I've read numerous times the strongest MACD cross is on the 0 line, which this is on a weekly back in early July. So, like you said, I'll just keep watching the thing and see if it indicates anything.
I'd have to agree with the ex-football player from Tampa down here. I think when was he on? 93 or 94?
Okay.
He was a Buccaneer. One of the Nigerian brothers. I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah, someone buying 2,000 certainly sounds like someone thinks it. Or if I go back and look through the tape, maybe someone bought 300 and then everybody else thought that they were doing it and snapping them up because someone else got the ball rolling or something. But real weird to me that if they knew what was going on, they'd be buying the 19s instead of buying probably the at the monies at a less than $1, the 24s, 75, 85. I mean, if you're going to get $3, you're talking about a double out there. So maybe they're not quite as sure as they thought they might be on those. So that's really the one thing that's a little weird, and that is normally if someone knows something, they buy slightly out of the money calls if they're really sure about it. If they're buying the 19s, sounds to me like they're either buying downside in case you know when earnings is coming out on this?
No.
Yeah, let's check that real quick. Earnings date. November 26th. So you got plenty of time. Yeah, there's something going on in here, but who knows what it is. I appreciate the call, Steve.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
We're going to go through some other stocks here fairly quickly. What do we got? Not much out here actually making a signal. It has been rather a tough market to get a lot of signals. Of course, if you've listened to this show long enough, I pretty much like to start off in stocks finding where highs have been tested on much lighter volume or lows have been tested on much lighter volume, looking for the lion's share of stocks in reversals. And, just normally I like to see about a 50% change in volume. And this is probably a good indication of what I'm seeing out here. And just a handful of, normally I'll have 10, 15 of them in my newsletter every morning. It is a lot tougher to see these right now. But like eBay out here, this thing came down a couple of times on earnings fairly hard. But the March 18th low, 49.55, 14 million shares. Came back in about 50, 60 cents higher on June 24th with 9.4 million shares. Had a nice bounce. Got up. Even has a high volume high out here. And what does it do? Comes into earnings, gets blown apart. It's been kind of meandering down ever since. But you still have that 49.55 set up with 14 million shares. You get into it with 11 million shares on August 30th. You get a little bounce out of here, but 3 million shares back at those lows going into a 3D weekend doesn't make me think that these things are done out here, and isn't the 7 million shares that would make me think that that low was truly in for a while. Maybe it is, but certainly not bright signals that I like to see. And, of course, I really like to see them stand out. We've got some other ones out here that are kind of interesting. Hersha Hospitality Trust, some of these trusts look like they are starting to make some bottoms. This one's just a little bit better. HT is the symbol on this one. 527 on June 24th, $5.27, 1.7 million shares. Came down with heavy volume on August 8th of 3.1 million shares. Still didn't bust that low at 527. So you're going to get one more retest. Well, it comes back down into that level. and volume has just been very, very light out here for a while. Anyway, you get to the 518, it has busted that low, it's closed back above it, and volume has remained light. What we do want to see in that break of the low and a close back above 527 is you give it about 3 days for volume and a sign of strength. If I don't get that in about 3 days, I suspect that there's something a big going on. And right now, we're seeing those highs be breakout highs, like we talked about it a little bit earlier, of those things running a little higher. And at the same time, they are selling off at the highs. And these ones that are hitting lows on low volume really are just not finding a lot of buyers come back in. Probably one of the better ones out here has been Diebold, the makers of ATMs and other banking equipment machines. This one finally has done a fairly decent job of testing its lows and closing at least back into the trading range. If I'm wrong on the bigger direction of the marketplace, these are the ones I want to keep on my radar. What I dislike is the energy picked up on this last leg down from that 35.40 high, more than the up leg that started on April 30th at 28.26 that ran all the way up there at $7. But you know, you've got a nice low out here from April 19th, $28.28, 3.5 million shares. It came in and tested it with lighter volume on April 30th, which started this rally, but it has sold off once again. But we've gotten under that level with just 1.1 million shares yesterday. Very light volume again today, no push. But again, these are the ones you want to keep on your radar just in case the market does give me a big raspberry and decides to go higher out here. That's kind of what I'm going to be looking at. Let's just check the market real quick since I haven't had a chance out here. 1653, 2.25 billion shares. So we're going to project out to 2.9 billion shares for the end of the day, which is just after getting to 4.3 billion shares yesterday, a pretty tepid volume push up here, just not seeing a lot of it. I put on 2 shorts yesterday. I had some existing shorts, but just wanted to catch you up with both of those. One's down about 40 cents. The other one's down about 70 cents. And they were above $50 stocks, so not a bad, at least a start for a market that is up to see these stocks selling off a little bit. A lot of weak, low-hanging fruit out there, in my opinion. And we've got a few doing a little bit better. When we look at what's actually moving in the markets out here, we've had a nice move out here in the dollar index. We're giving a little bit of that back today. Dollar index is off 20 cents. Gold, of course, the big news out here, off $21.50. We've been talking to several people about buying gold and silver much lower, and looking at the silver off just a tick over $1 today, and of course 21.40 and 13.90.60 on gold. So not a big deal out here. Probably the bigger thing that I'm looking at, I don't think it was such a surprise. More of a surprise is crude down $1.43. Anyway, we're going to break. We'll be back in just a minute. You still have time to give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
If you haven't heard about it already, a lot of the moves are already in the stocks today, but depending on how this news goes over the next couple of days, we could see a lot more moves in these memory companies. One of the private companies is or has burned down that makes memory. It is not a public company, but it is, I think, in Japan. But putting a lot of juice in MU and SanDisk today, and we'll have to watch it. We're going to go to David in Honolulu, Hawaii. How you doing today?
Hey, all right, it's me, Jason.
Yep,
How
Jason.
It
said David here. So I figured that
it's my accent. I'm sorry.
No. I have a feeling it's because they've been playing too much bad music and their ears can't hear anything anymore. Just all that disco music will ruin them. Anyway, wanted to look at Randgold today.
Oh, no, actually, I want to talk about gold. The interest rate jumped up to 2.9 at the 10-year T-bond, Treasury bills. So as interest rates go up, wouldn't strengthen the dollar, and then it will actually make the gold go down?
Yeah, I think we probably are looking at gold pulling back. Probably going to scare everybody. In fact, I'd love for it to go back to $1,200 and everybody then say that's the end of gold. And then I think we're probably going to find the government start printing cash very, very hard, and then gold will go back up. So I'd love to see gold pull back and really just drive everybody insane. And I'd love to get it back at $1,275 or $1,200. But I think what we're probably looking at, I agree with Tom O'Brien when he talks about the cost of actually mining gold is still just $1,100 or something. So eventually, if they get down to the cost of production, no one's going to be mining it, and it's just going to go back up. So you're probably, your downside here is probably 10 or 15, maybe 20% in gold, and I would be waiting for that. But I think as soon as the markets pull back and probably the economy pulls back a little bit, the government is just going to go back full tilt boogie, throwing money at the problem.
Wouldn't you think gold will go up as the market go pull back and people like?
No, because still a great deal of Wall Street uses gold as a hedge, and as the markets go up, they buy more, and as it goes down, they don't need that hedge anymore, so they go ahead and sell it. So really, gold for the stock market is a pure hedge on a nuclear bomb going off, governments falling, and they still buy at least.
Wall go off,
yeah. The Tom O'Brien early on, 2001, had a guest on. It was Jim Sinclair. He talked really extensively about how gold is bought and sold on the street for hedging and the programs that actually run on it and how they were designed. And it's worked out pretty good. The other thing that he really said that was very interesting is if you want gold to move very well, just get a stagnant equity market. He says normally when markets go sideways in a narrow range for a while, the next thing you want to be watching is when gold takes off. And I think we're probably the last 45, 60 days, good indication of that again. Now that we're starting to move and get some volatility and the VIX starting to go up, I think we're probably going to see people go after trading equities a lot more. And that nice move from $1,200 to over $1,300, probably long in the tooth. Anyway, waiting for a pullback out there. I want to thank you for the call, David, and we'll see you. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.